We usually frame the 21st century as a direct tug of war between the United States and China, two titans battling for total control. But that framing misses a deeper fissure in the global foundation. We are actually living in a G0 world. The United States, the historical global policeman and architect of free trade, is actively deciding it no longer wants the job, leaving a leadership vacuum at the top of the international order. While the U.S. pulls back, China isn't rushing to aggressively seize that empty seat. Instead, Beijing is playing a cautious game, focusing on low-risk moves to secure their technological positioning decades down the road. Without a clear leader, the institutions we rely on to manage trade and resolve disputes begin to decay. Other countries are left to scramble, patching together their own fractured deals because the old rules simply don't apply anymore. Our current geopolitical rules no longer align with the actual balance of power, creating a world where no single authority is willing or able to provide global leadership. This political decay is a slow cycle, but right now it's colliding with a technological shift moving at a different scale entirely. Artificial intelligence is exploding with a speed that ignores physical borders and traditional treaties. Into the vacuum left by retreating nations steps a new kind of power, one that doesn't have a military or a geographic border. The next global superpower is highly likely to be a technology company. To understand who actually controls the future of global power, we have to stop looking at presidents and prime ministers and start paying attention to corporate CEOs. These companies now possess functional sovereignty. Because they control the massive computational infrastructure of the modern economy, they effectively capture their own regulatory environments. They are the ones writing the rules. Take the AI firm Anthropic. When they discovered a new capability inside their software that could directly threaten global infrastructure, they didn't hand the problem over to the state. They decided how to manage it and then dictated to the US government what the response would be. These leaders are global capitalists, not elected officials. They are legally obligated to pursue business models that turn users into profitable data, not to protect democratic values or the well-being of citizens. When a single corporation starts acting with the unilateral authority of a sovereign state, people lose their leverage as citizens. We are reduced to mere data points in a model we don't control. This creates a severe predicament for middle powers like Europe or Canada. They lack the vast capital required to build their own sovereign AI systems, capable of competing with American or Chinese tech giants. To guarantee their own national security, these governments must now forge strategic alliances directly with private American tech companies. They must treat these platforms with the same diplomatic weight they once reserved for NATO. At the same time, AI is decentralizing power. It places extraordinary destructive capability into the hands of small, rogue actors, allowing single individuals to hold massive economies hostage. We have already seen this on the battlefield. Cheap, unmanned technology has allowed smaller forces to neutralize the traditional advantages of much larger, wealthier armies. Large armies are no longer a total guarantee of safety, when a single actor with the right code can neutralize a traditional military advantage. Within the next few years, almost anyone using the internet regularly will find that their most knowledgeable and intimate relationship is with an AI. It will likely intermediate more of our daily lives than any doctor, lawyer, or family member. Because AI will sit between us and the rest of the world, our political debates and societal engagement will be filtered through corporate algorithms. We are entering a purely technopolar reality. Our legacy institutions were built for 20th century border disputes. They are not designed to govern a planet of 8 billion people, where the most important connections are digital and corporate. To manage these risks, we need a new global architecture with 3 pillars. First, a US-China AI arms control agreement to establish constraints before a miscalculation leads to an unmanaged crisis. Second, we need a global AI stability board. Like the financial markets, this would be a hub of actors designed to identify and neutralize systemic technological threats, like road code or misinformation, before they spread through the system. Third, an AI global fund. We have to ensure that the global south has access to computing power and infrastructure, preventing a digital divide that leaves billions of people behind. Without this level of coordination, the spread of sovereign AI leaves the global economy vulnerable to the same kind of rapid, unmanaged shocks that have previously broken financial markets. The tech industry is currently built on a winner-take-all model, but history shows that companies eventually fail if they hollow out the human capital and the well-being of the societies they operate in. We faced a similar concentration of wealth during the Gilded Age. That era only stabilized after a political shift and a New Deal that redefined the relationship between the public and unchecked capital through the rule of law. The alternative is the economic devastation that follows when a society fails to build governance around its most powerful monopolies. To survive the 21st century, we must recognize exactly where the power has shifted. The nation-state is no longer the sole authority, and we must aggressively build a new global architecture to govern the corporations that have taken its place.